quiet, don't hear. It's important to get upside down sometimes. So we're gonna play with some inversion poses. I have my model wife here demonstrating what we're gonna do. A shoulder stand, and if you can do a plow, we'll do a plow. But whatever we can do. Let's get down on our mats and lie down on our backs. Hands at your side. Now, roll up the knees to the chest and use your arms to push your feet in the air, your hips. Yeah. Once you get up, put your hands under your hip bones to hold you up. Point your toes, and then breathe. And allow all the fluids and all the energy to flow in the opposite direction. Y'all are doing real good. Doing real good. Try to straighten your back a little more time, because you can do it. Make sure this is pointed up to your hip. Yeah, that is straight as you can. And for those that are so inclined, once you get up there, hold your feet over your head. Slow. You don't want to pull anything. Keep your legs straight. Bring them parallel over your head. And then try to roll until your toes touch the ground behind you.
You better stop. You better stop. You slack. You better stop.
All the way down. All the way down. You do that one really good, honey. That's your favorite. That's a great stretch for the back. I stay inverted in the shoulder stand for about 3 minutes, a 300 count. So while you're doing inversions, whether it be a shoulder stand or a headstand or one of the other ones, like I say, all the fluids, your lymph fluids, your blood, all of it is flowing in another direction. Your face, your sagging face is upside down, pulling the other way. Gravity's pulling on all your muscles and all your organs in the opposite direction when you invert. And inversion is very therapeutic. I'm sure you all have seen the commercials where they actually sell a device you can strap yourself into and turn yourself upside down. So it's known. All right, so we're just going to finish off with something real easy, just because it kind of realigns the lower back. Simply lay on your back and bring your knees into a 90-degree angle right here. Spread your arms out in a cross and rotate your hips, first one side and then the other. Try to maintain the integrity of your legs. That 90-degree angle and that twist is what's going to give you the result. Inhale back to center, and then exhale, going as close as you can to the floor without touching it. Let your muscles do the work. Don't let the floor do the work. You're going to pull in your arm. Windshield wipers. For those that are more advanced, stretch your legs out at the end of the movement and come back up with straight legs. And go down with straight legs. Straight up windshield wiper movement. Feels really good. All right, y'all. Okay. That should make everyone's back feel a little bit better. So, how's everybody feel?
Get the poo scoop spray. Everybody head to the bathrooms.
Y'all all right? There's got a few things you want to have something you'd like to share with us.
Okay.
So we're going to share that and then be quiet for a moment.
So I actually am just going to close us out with a centering, breathing, getting ourselves ready for the day, to be together moment. And so everybody can do this. You can sit on your mat, or you can lay on your mat, you can sit in a chair, you can stand if you want to. So I'm really, thank you, Big Brother. I'm really excited about this work that we're doing as a family, to heal together, to heal our bodies, and to be more well. Some of y'all know that that's some of the, I don't do all of this yet, but that's some of the work that I focus in on every day. Anybody who sees me on Facebook sees all the things that I post. And you know, one of the things that I'm learning, that I've been learning and researching is this idea of what is actually stored in our body. And science now proves that we 4 generations back, any trauma that our family has experienced, our people has experienced, is actually stored in our bodies. And we also pass it on to our children, both through the male and the female. It's actually passed on. And so, you know, I had a conversation with Heather a couple weeks ago where I was like, you know, part of her illness, her being so ill, is because of what she experienced in my womb. I'm not guilty for that. There's nothing I can do about it, but it is a reality. And that we have the ability to reverse that, both in ourselves and to teach our children how to be in the world in a way that it reverses it for them so that they don't carry it. Also, it's called an epigenetic strain that attaches to our DNA, and it can be turned on or off. So our job is to turn it off for ourselves and for our children. So one of the ways to do that is to learn how to deal with stress. And we don't deal with stress really well. And again, that's because our epigenetics has a stress that takes us from 0 to 100 in moments that it shouldn't, because it's an old memory, an ancient memory from our ancestors that's stored in our bodies. So we do something called centering, and you know, little breathing that helps us to center for the day. So I'm just going to take us through that moment. Centering, we center to be present with what is in our bodies, and also to bring us to a place where we can make decisions from that aren't reactionary, that we can make decisions that are connected to what we really want and what we really want to accomplish. So you have to practice being able to do that, because we're used to making decisions and moving in a reactionary way. The only way to change that is to actually practice that. So I'm gonna just I'm gonna read a little teeny tiny poem, and then I'm gonna ask you to center with me. I'm take you through centering, and we'll sit for a minute in silence, and then we'll be done. So as you listen to me, just sort of think through. If I can find the piece here. what I've been saying. So you can lie down, you can sit up, you can close your eyes, you can keep your eyes open, it's up to you. Can you turn the music down just a little bit more?
Turn it off.
Yeah, just push it up. You got your phone on.
You do not have to be a fire for every mountain blocking you. You do not have to be a fire for every mountain blocking you. You could be a water and soft river your way to freedom too. Options. You do not have to be a fire to every mountain blocking you. You could be water and soft river your way to freedom too. Options. So, when we center in 4 dimensions. I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath and just sort of notice your body. Notice any, we just did all that great movement. So we should be loose. Things should be feeling relaxed. If not, that's okay too. Just notice tingles, anything. And so we're going to center in 4 dimensions. And the first dimension that we center in is in our length. And our length is where our place of dignity lies. As Black people, we have ingested, racism. We do all kinds of things to make ourselves small because it keeps us safe. So centering helps us to fill out our bodies and be as big as we're supposed to be. So the first dimension we center in is in our length. So most of us are sitting. So imagine that there is a string that is attached to the sky, to the heavens, down to the top of your head, all the way down the back of your spine, through your tailbone. And let that string gently pull you up a little bit. Straighten out your length so that you're sitting as tall as you naturally should be. Don't push yourself too far, but let yourself be upright. Take a deep breath. Make sure that you stay comfortable. Let your shoulders relax. But feel your length, your dimension of dignity. That you are as tall as you're supposed to be, whether you're 5'3" or whether you're 6'3". Take a deep breath and really sit into your length. I'm going to keep reminding you to breathe deeply as I'm talking you through this and to relax your muscles. We also have a tendency to tighten up our muscles all the time, and we don't let our bones do what they're supposed to do. It's the job of your bones to hold you up. It is not the job of your muscles. We fatigue our muscles because we're so tense. If we were standing, I would tell you to relax your butt cheeks, because that tends to relax your leg muscles and everything else. So feel what it feels like to be sitting in your length. The next dimension that we move into, that we center into is our width. From right to left, from left to right. Take a deep breath and just fill out your body. Again, remembering that we have been taught to be small. Some of us who have a few extra pounds on us really try all the time to hold everything in. Take a minute to just let it all fill itself out. Feel as wide as you can possibly be.
Thank you.
So big breaths. And understand as you're doing that we don't have to be small. That as wide as you are, from right to left and left to right, and as wide as everyone else is sitting in this room, there's enough space for all of us. There's absolutely no reason to shrink and be small and to believe what we've been taught.